Hey, the following video is a clip from the Runaway Jukebox podcast. If you had a good time, do me a favor and subscribe to the show. We're up on SoundCloud, iTunes, and Google Play with new episodes every Monday. Oh, and subscribe here, too, for more clips. So, now we get to talk about the main events of the week. And what I was thinking earlier, this is the funniest week in music all year. I really want to say of all time, but I don't really think that's true. It's the funniest week in music news. I think I can safely say it's the funniest week in music news we've ever done on this show. Okay. So I'm going to go in order of like least funny to most funny. The first thing, Beyonce showed up to the CMAs.
Yes.
And performed Daddy Lessons.
Yes.
Which was the song that we all assumed that she was going to perform. But it was kind of like people were talking about it, like speculating it as rumor. And then she showed up and it was like, oh, shit, cool. And so they're you know how Twitter takes something and they run with it.
Oh, God.
So apparently the CMAs like took away all mentions of Beyonce and her being at the thing or whatever. I don't think that's true. I don't know. The other thing that I know for sure is not true is that there's this article out there that people have been just running with. Like they just screenshot it and just say, oh man, CMA, y'all are the worst. There's this article from the satirical site called aboveaverage.com that was saying that the CMA's ratings shot up by 6,000% during the 5 minutes of Beyonce's performance.
It's probably true.
6,000%? There are not that many black people on earth that could raise the country 6,000%. I'm sure that their ratings did take a spike. I'm sure it might have tripled. I'll even go as far to say 10 times the viewership during Beyonce's performance. Because I can't say nobody gives a shit about the Country Music Awards just because I don't listen to country music.
Right.
But they took that and they ran all the way home with it. I saw that. I said, there is no fucking way that this is real. They were like, and Beyonce's CMA performance between the hour of 8:47 and 8:52 went up by a staggering 6,000%. I was like, bullshit. 6,000? No fucking way. And then afterwards, they were like, and after Beyonce's performance, the CMAs were at an all-time low for the 50 years of the telecast. I was like, okay. Not even mentioning that the CMAs were on during the same time as the Cubs and the Indians game, which was like historic because the Cubs finally won the World Series for the first time in 108 years. Congratulations to the Cubs.
Cool.
But I just thought that was funny as fuck. I was like,
6,000%. See what the Beehive can do?
I thought you're right. And look, the funny thing about the whole CMAs thing is like people saw that she was coming, and I didn't see a single white person be like, oh no, why is Beyonce there? Like nobody shared anything like that.
Right.
What I saw was like a million black folks like, oh, I know y'all white folks about to be in your feelings. So I know what I'm about to do. I'm about to set my DVR and I'm about to watch the fuck out of it. So I was in tears.
Wow.
I was like, y'all not even reacting to somebody being mad. Y'all are reacting to the fact that you expect people to get mad about this. I didn't see not a single tweet. It was like white folks in their feelings already. They like, oh, what this black girl doing up here, shucking and jiving. I'm like, show me a tweet, show me a Facebook rant, because you see dumb shit like that on Facebook all the time. Show me something. All I saw was y'all know you set your DVRs. I'm about to be, and I saw the meme that I shared on Facebook where it said me fuck the CMAs, and then it said. The CMA said Beyonce's gonna be there, and then it said also me, and it was just like a black dude in like overalls and a hat, and I was like, oh my god, Twitter is the fucking best.
Oh, that's
okay.
funny.
Speaking of Twitter is the fucking best. Black Twitter is the best. So Young M.A. We've been introduced to Young M.A. and the Ooh song. So
oh god, I don't think I've seen this.
It's so funny. There was this there's this company called the Lilac Company. Mm-hmm. Well, I really don't think it was a company. I think it was like two people that just started a Facebook account and did some random shit. Mm-hmm. This company called the Lilac Company, and they were taking bottles of Hennessy and they were slapping lilac.
Wait. What?
They're slapping labels on the Hennessy, and instead of saying Hennessy, it said Heffany. And it said ooh under it. And right? So everybody's thinking, oh shit, Young and May got a Hennessy sponsorship. And she ain't have shit to do with her.
Wow.
They just straight up stole the fuck out of her face and just ran with it. And so now, so just like me, people saw that and they were like, oh shit, Young. People were like tagging Young and May. Right. And then when people put two and two together, wait a minute.
Wait a goddamn minute.
I feel like she would have announced something like, this is happening. This is huge. Lil Yachty got Sprite commercials and all this other shit. You would think that if these young folks get their endorsements, they're going to be out there tooting and praising it. Wasn't shit about this on the internet from Young and May. And so people put two and two together and said, wait a minute, you stole this shit. And so when I tell you Black Twitter got them the fuck out of there,
wow.
I'm talking within 24 hours. Like the Lilac Company, like people were like, quoting the tweet and being like, they were tagging Young and May and tagging Hennessy and be like, do you see what these people are doing to you? Because like apparently they only made like 100 bottles and they only sold them to like 2 stores, but they sold out like instantly because it's catchy. It's cute, and it's like one of those things. It's like, oh shit, I want to be a part of something. I got this special edition bottle with Young and May on it. Of course it will sell out because you think it's official and it's not. And so Black Twitter pissed. Young and May knows nothing about it. And then 24 hours later, you hear from TMZ that they got a cease and desist, so they took all the bottles back off the shelf, and then Young and May and Hennessy are talking to them to like sue them or some shit. It's crazy. Wow. And the Lilac Company Twitter account went from like having the bottle and having all these tweets talk like defending them and went to just having straight up nothing. It's something totally different.
Why did they even do that?
Exactly, it's fucking stupid.
Like you knew.
My God, was it funny though? When I was look, and those are just two things. The last thing that happened this week, or it was really the first thing, but I had to save it for last because it's fucking hilarious. There's no way this shit was real. Okay. So the last thing literally had me in stitches. Okay. So apparently Lil Wayne goes on Nightline. Talk to some people. Lady asks him about Black Lives Matter. And this man, he's sitting there. I don't know what to do. I ain't got nothing to do with that. I don't know what you mean.
He was like, what?
Like the first, he's just
that?
like, what does that mean?
What is that?
What is that? And then she explained it to him.
Put
he's
a
like,
name on it.
Yeah, like he's just like, is that like a? I just don't understand.
You can tell he was being fucking fake when he was like, I didn't know they put a name on it.
He was sitting there like, I'm a black motherfucker. I got music. Look, that white dude is filming me. I'm a nigga. I'm a nigga. He filming me.
He was like, of course we matter.
I don't know what to do. I'm a rich motherfucker. If that don't tell niggas that Black Lives Matter, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know. And then this is the part that had me crying. He said, my life matter, especially to my bitches. I looked to the camera and winked. And when I tell you, I damn near fell out my chair at work. I was like, this cannot be real life.
Did they air that actually on TV?
Yes.
This man.
Okay, let's break all of this down. A lot of people were mad about, because I'm telling you, people were asking for reactions and all this other shit. I had nothing but laughs for everybody. Because as we've talked about many times on the show at this point, I don't look for celebrities to speak for me.
Right.
Okay. If somebody wants to come out and be all about Black Lives Matter,
cool.
More power to you.
Right.
If you want to have your music be as empowering as you need to be and if that's what you want to be, cool. I enjoy it. I think it's great. I endorse it. I do not think it's a good idea to just walk around asking random black folks how they feel about Black Lives Matter.
Right.
Not a good idea. Especially rich black folks has been rich damn near all their lives. Now, what a lot of people were quick to do and point out on Twitter, and I do hear them, is that back in the day, during right after Hurricane Katrina and all this other stuff, he was talking about the black community, mostly specifically Louisiana, like in his songs and stuff, talking about, they just kind of left us here. They don't care about my black folks and And I think, this was in like a pre-Black Lives Matter movement world. So people took that as like, because I think he does care about black people. He at least,
but he's from there, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So it had to do with him.
Right, in a way. So that's what I'm thinking.
Right. Lil Wayne care about himself.
Right, and then also there was an interview, I can't remember exactly where, it was like a year or two ago, where somebody asked him that exact same question, how he feels about Black Lives Matter, and he said the exact same thing. And then he went on ESPN and he defended what he said right afterwards and said, honestly, I'm rich, I'm black, I've never experienced racism in my life. That's what he said. And so people back then were like, "Oh, Lil Wayne is out of here. Lil Wayne, da da da." You know how people do when they say or do one bad thing. This person's canceled. This person's done. Da 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 da. I don't give a shit about that no more. Now, when this happened, everybody's like, "Oh, Lil Wayne is trash." And da da da. And I'm thinking to myself, like, didn't he just say this a year or two ago? Like, why are y'all acting like he? What?
Like this is something new,
right?
First of all, it's Lil Wayne.
Yeah,
First of all,
why are y'all asking Lil Wayne how he feels about this shit? Why are you asking anybody? Look, if you really want to point the fault at somebody, why did y'all let Nightline do it? Because like I said, I had to do I know that he was asked that question before, and so Nightline, knowing they're gonna get some clicks, like this is all people been talking about all week. So Nightline knowing exactly what they were doing, they're just like, oh, because what they did, like the whole 6-minute interview is up on their website, but all they did is they posted like the minute and 20 seconds of basically that part. Like they didn't edit it to make it look like he said something else, but that's what he said.
Focused on
but
that one part.
The clickbait part in there, and everybody went with it because it's hilarious. Right. It's gonna get all the clicks in the world, and it was literally unbelievable. Okay, now later on during the week, because I've been following this all week, it's fucking hilarious. He came out and he apologized, saying that the reporter pretty much like antagonized him. So I went back and I watched the entire interview. Mm-hmm. He was saying that there was a point in the interview, because of course whenever mainstream interview people, whenever they interview like rappers, especially black rappers that are like from the hood or whatever, they always mention like their violent lyrics and all this other stuff like that. So of course they were going to go there in the interview. Right, and the lady asks, because they talk about like his misogynistic lyrics and da 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 da. Mm-hmm. And so the lady straight up asked him like, how would you feel if somebody else called your daughter a bitch or a hoe? And then from there you can kind of see him get irritated, and then he just kind of like turned off for the rest of the interview. And that's why when you go back and you see that part, like where you're just like, I don't know what that means. Like he was already pretty much like out of it by then. I don't think that's an excuse for what he said, but I just that's the statement that he put out and he ran with it. Then today,
oh God,
the day of the recording, you come to find out that he tried to block the entire interview from coming out, and he fired his publicists when they couldn't do it.
Wow.
So I feel bad for the publicists. I know this is all jokes and this is hilarious, but people lost their jobs, and I feel bad for those people. But God damn it, was that funny?
That was funny. That was funny.
Oh my God.
Oh wow.
That was the saga of Lil Wayne this week. And oh my man.
That's funny.
That shit had me crying. Because it just kept getting worse. It was just like, oh, now Lil Wayne trying to clean this up. There's no way you can clean this up.
I feel like he shouldn't have tried to, don't apologize.
Walk away. Oh, and then after he said that, he took off the mic. He was like, I ain't no damn politician. And then he just left. I was like, why didn't you just do that? Like when he called you, when he like, when the interviewer was like, hey, how would you feel if somebody calls your daughter a bitch or a hoe? Why don't you just go off then and just walk away?
Right.
Yeah, to just act crazy.
When they do interviews like that, they're not supposed to let them know the questions that they're going to ask them on the interview.
That was the other thing, is that apparently Lil Wayne said that he was saying that certain things were like off limits, or like they had certain questions that they were asking. But the Nightline people responded and said that no, there was nothing that was off limits. We gave them no promises, nothing like that.
Whoa.
So I was just like, oh, okay, that's interesting.
Oh. I don't think you should apologize for it. I mean, hey.
If that's how he feels,
that's how he feels. That's how he feels.
At the end of the day, people have already canceled A$AP Rocky, Kevin Gates, Layla Ali, RZA, just a bunch of other people that have come out to say all lives matter or all lives matter-esque statements. It's just because it's the world we live in. You say or do one thing and that's it, regardless of context or whatever. People don't really read into things. And at the end of the day, I'm not going to condemn this man. I'm definitely not going to stop listening to his music. I never gave a fuck about what Lil Wayne thought about Black Lives Matter or anything in politics for that matter.
We're not looking to Lil Wayne to save us.
Right, exactly. I'm not looking to him to help me form my opinion on how I feel. Okay, that's how you feel. If that's a reality you live in, by all means, whatever. That's fine. But God damn it, was this funny?
That was funny. Like, what's that? Oh, I didn't put a name on it.
He's like, what is
that's what was funny to me.
What does that mean? What does that mean? I don't know what that means.
Oh, that's funny.